How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's doing well. You know me, I'm Tom. This is not going to be a 1 or 2 beer video. This is not going to be any kind of video. But I'll tell you what kind of video this is going to be is all about day 6, okay? I'm officially on day 6. Count them. No smoking cigarettes. That's just one thing that I've quit. Oh, yeah. This has been a wild journey. That's all I can say. And just to give you a real indication of what's going on here, I mean, remember, I told you I went to the VA hospital, and all because of an incident that happened. I haven't said this on any of my videos, but I just want to share this. I stabbed myself right there, and it was a pretty good stab when I was out at the farm. And this was approximately about 2 weeks ago, okay? It was a really, really deep, big cut right here. Now, it was with my pocket knife. I was opening a can of paint. Of all things, I did the old classic thing like this. It went straight into my hand. And as soon as I saw it, I mean, I was like, oh, shit, this is bad. So I just packed everything up and went to the VA hospital. Well, what ended up happening while I was there, this stab set off a chain of events like no other that you can possibly imagine. I'm 65, going on 66 in December. Now, for the longest time, I've been trying to establish my VA benefits because I have a different name. I've said this in other videos where I was under guardianship, and the people who not adopted me, I was under guardianship, I was never adopted, changed my last name. Well, I've been fighting all this time to get my VA benefits under my old name and get everything linked together, which I finally did. I got all that handled, so I ran up to the VA hospital, and the only thing I didn't have is an ID card, okay? My medical VA ID card, which I have now. But as soon as I went into the emergency room, you know, I had it all wrapped up. I field wrapped it myself. And as soon as I walked in, I just told them I stabbed myself. As soon as I said that, they immediately rushed me into the back, okay? They asked me a series of questions, and this is how this whole thing started escalating. They asked me a series of questions like, when's the last time you had a tetanus shot? When's the last time you had this kind of shot? When's the last time you had a shingle shot? When's the last time you did this? When's the last time you did all that? And I told them the last time I did anything like that was over 17 years ago. So anyway, what ended up happening is, while they're disinfecting the wound and they're getting ready to, of course, sew me up, the lady says, we're going to catch up all your medical records. So they gave me a tetanus shot, shingle shot, and they gave me a major antibiotic booster. And of course, they deliver that into your butt. Okay, big, huge, long needle, hurts like hell, and I got that. Then I said, well, it's really difficult for me to go to the VA hospital all the time up here in Durham. Well, the lady says, well, okay, we're going to give you outpatient, because of your status with the military, we're going to give you outpatient care. And here's the place that you go. So now I've got a place in Raleigh that serves veterans. So that makes it closer. It's right off Atlantic Boulevard here in Raleigh. So what it ended up happening is that all they got put into my permanent medical file, which was updated. And then the lady says, you need to go ahead and do a visit, and you need to get a complete GI makeup. And that's basically a complete makeup means blood, stool, heart, breathing, hydration levels, and just basically 100%. It's like going in basic training. They check you for everything. Okay. Well, guess what? I got checked for everything. Gonna find out, and I made a lieu of this in one of the videos that I've got, not stage 1 hypertension or high blood pressure. I had stage 2. Okay, a lot higher. And the bottom line is that smoking cigarettes, poor eating habits, even though I changed my eating habits over the years, the last couple of years, I eliminated all red meat out of my diet and basically processed foods, okay? But what I didn't realize when I thought I was eating healthy, I wasn't eating healthy because it's all this crap that you buy at the store is crammed with sugar and salt. And that was still causing me a major problem. So anyway, I got referred to this doctor within the VA medical system. And of course, here's my entire toxicology blood work results, okay, in detail. Now, the good news is, I'm not going to die. But the bad news is that what it ends up happening is that if I don't change my lifestyle now, being I'm in my mid-60s, that I'm going to set myself up for a lot of problems down the road. Cholesterol, high blood pressure, too much salt, too much, just all the bad stuff, you know, the, what do they call it? The bad fats, the good fats, you know, all this stuff. Well, I fell in kind of a normal range for my age and body weight. Now, the body mass index, that was another big thing too, because they said, well, you're not like your typical, oh yeah, diabetes. I'm not prone to get diabetes because I've worked out for the last 14 years doing Mr. Fix-All. I've been very, very active. So they said that was a plus in my corner, but I had a bunch of negatives in my corner. Okay, so anyway, I had a health scare exactly 6 days ago. And what it was is I got a free blood pressure testing machine, okay? These came in the mail. These are also the nicotine patches, which I went on them for 5 days, okay? Actually 4 days. I started trying to wean off cigarettes before I got these, okay? Then when I got these, like I said, this is day 5. If you really look at it, it's almost like day 6.5 that I haven't smoked a cigarette, okay? I'm trying to be real here. In real terms, from absolutely quitting cold turkey is 5 days, okay? The first day and a half, I smoked 3 cigarettes, okay? And I had the patch on. But after that very, very first day of these 21 milligram, I just dropped the cigarettes completely. I can't tell you if it was this or just my determination. But here's also, too, what I had to do, is I had to get my blood pressure under control because I had a health scare 5 or 6 days ago where I went back to the VA. When I first got my machine, apparently I didn't know how to operate it correctly, but I had a high side of 184. Which in the manual it says, go see your doctor immediately, you're about ready to die. That's pretty much basically what it said. So I ran in there and it was a Friday. In fact, it was last Friday. And they said, what the hell are you doing here? We just seen you. We told you what you got to do. This is your game plan, blah, blah, blah. Did you get your, blood pressure material? But then I told them, I said, look, my blood pressure is 184. And they took me immediately in the back and they said 184. No way. Well, anyway, what it was is I put the thing on way too damn tight, okay? And it overpressurized my damn arm. I didn't know it. I mean, I don't know how to do this shit. But anyway, then they got me in the back and they said, well, you still have high blood pressure, but you're not at 184. I was at 162. When they tested me then. And then they said, okay, here's what you got to do. They gave me some pills. It's basically water pills. And there's what they call a secondary compound in it that loosens up your arteries and allows your blood to flow. And it also takes water out and salt out of your blood, okay? But this pill is very, very dangerous, okay? Has a lot of nasty side effects, especially to your liver and to your kidneys, okay? So what I ended up doing is I got with a good friend of mine who is basically a holistic specialist, somebody that really, really knows about vitamins, nutrition, vitamin nutrition and all this other stuff. Okay, I'm happy to report. Now, here's all the other things I quit. I've quit anything that has sugar in it. I mean, I have to read labels. I actually had to go to, like I said, this person's house the other day, and they gave me a list of everything I can't buy anymore. These are the products that you have to buy. These have all natural. This is all organic. This is all that. Doesn't have sugar, doesn't have processed anything. It's just all this expensive, boring food that I've got to start eating that are specifically designed for people with high blood pressure, diabetes, and cholesterol, and all these other things. But these are extremely, extremely natural products. Well, I've been on these natural products for 4 days, okay? So when I tell you I quit, here's all the things I quit. Let's get right down to the nuts and bolts of it. I quit drinking coffee 9 days ago. I quit anything that has salt in it. I almost eliminated everything I could possibly imagine has salt in it, okay? I went to a regular exercising routine. Of course, I don't smoke cigarettes anymore. At least I haven't in 5 days, okay? Technically 6.5, but 5 days is the real mark. No more sweet tea. Everything that has sugar in it, I eliminated all of it. I eliminated anything in my cupboards. I went through all my cupboards and pulled everything out and threw it all away. And that means I cannot. There's another part of this report here is cholesterol. So I now cannot eat white rice, pasta noodles, grits, cornbread, biscuits, anything what they call white food, okay? That says it okay for me to eat black food. I don't know if that joke caught on at all, because that's basically, cornbread, collards, greens, black-eyed peas, and I asked them, is that good food? And they said, as long as you eliminate the cornbread. So we had kind of a little bit of laugh at the doctor's office, but anyway, here's my numbers. And remember, don't take anything that's personal, because this is, I'm trying to battle something that I usually took for granted, because I've always been healthy. I've always had a lot of energy. I always slept well. I always drank a lot of fluids. I had no problem. And sports drinks. Forget sports drinks. I don't drink any sports drinks anymore. It's strictly water and no sugar green tea. That's it. That's all I drink, okay? Now, here's the deal. Now, this is starting from basically August 26th. There were a few more before that, but that's when the health crisis kind of came in. That's when I was taking it. I was doing it wrong, okay? But my numbers right now as they stand, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 attempts at taking my blood pressure over the last 3 days. Now, this is after I went on this extremely rigid diet, okay? Extreme, I mean, to the extreme where I don't think that you could actually comprehend all the things that I have eliminated completely out of my diet. I mean, it's down to almost nothing. Well, anyway, 147 over 69. Now, I'm supposed to test twice a day, okay? And that's what I'm doing. So then it dropped down to 138 to 69. Then the next day, 140 over 77. Then it dropped down to 117 over 64. Kind of shocked me. Then I went back up to 159 over 83, okay? Today, 148 over 73, and I just came back from eating a huge salad and cottage cheese, and just basically, that's all I eat, but I ate a big meal, came back, and now my blood pressure, as of exactly 4:17 today, is 124 over 67. So I don't put these on anymore because this is strong. I'm going to tell you right now. And the water pills are really strong. And they also blur my vision too. And they said it'll do that. So with the toxicology report, the blood work, all that, I'm still normal. Everything's cool here. My blood pressure is being regulated now. And from what I was told, actually I had a conversation 30 minutes ago with this health specialist that I know very, very well. She is one of the leaders really in organic and natural holistic type foods and living and lifestyle, because she actually is not a cancer survivor. She went through a lot of massive health crises, and she finally went all natural. and now her numbers are awesome. Her numbers are incredible considering where she was 5 years ago. So I take this person's opinion quite seriously, and especially when it comes to food. So on that note, this is what I'm going to say to all of you. No matter what shape you're in, no matter what diagnosis that you have from your doctor, be very, very careful what they suggest to you. I've also been suggested to be put on statins. I will not go on statins. I'm just telling you right now. I'm going to cure all this with food or the lack thereof. But the bottom line is exercise, hydration, good nutrition, eliminate sugar and salt out of your diet, and all saturated fats, processed food, red meats, and whatever's left over, as long as it's healthy and organic, that's what you can eat. But the bottom line is you need good sleep, you need good hydration, and that's another thing I found out, and I already knew this for a fact, that 75%, now think about this, 75% of most Americans on a daily basis are dehydrated. And dehydrated causes massive inflammation within your system, okay? And just take my word for it. And obesity. Now, this is something that everybody knows, that right now we're approaching 65% of the United States population is now considered obese and acutely obese, okay? That is an alarming statistic considering that our food supply is poisonous. And that's right, you heard me right. Our food supply is poisonous. Anything you go and buy, if it's in a box, if it's in a can, if it's not fresh from farmers markets or organic grower, local growers that have to be shipped in, if it's anything that's in a package, you better look at the contents of that package and how they process it, but not only that, how they preserved it, okay? To get it to your table or get it to that supermarket, you need to find out what you've been eating all this time. And I'm telling you, after a rude and crash course in nutrition and living healthy and just doing all the right things, believe you me, I'm in shock as all the garbage even I was putting into my body thinking that I was doing the right thing. On that note, thank you for this long video. Also, for watching it and hearing me out. Because all people, when you get my age or you get close to my age, or even before, you start thinking of other things like your health. Because if you don't have your health, you have nothing. Nothing else matters. Money, a fancy car, a big, beautiful house, you know, your friends, your family, none of it matters except your health. So I'm taking it as serious as I possibly can, which is pretty damn serious. I'm one of these guys, once I get on board with something, I'm like a rabid dog, man. I bite and I never let go. So now I'm in this crusade to find out everything that I've been putting bad in my body and eliminating them all permanently. Also, update on the boat. Here's the deal. What's happening is they had to pull the engine and pull the outdrive because it has an exhaust leak inside the cab or the engine housing. It's blowing smoke back in, so there's some deterioration within the exhaust manifold, or the part that goes out the boat has to be, through the outdrive system. So right now, but I've already had $3,000 worth of work done to it. The boat runs, it floats, it drives, it does everything that I need. And now we're going to pull the engine, pull the outdrive to fix this exhaust leak situation. And once that's done, I'm sure they're going to find more stuff, because the bottom line is I already told myself that I've got a certain dollar amount that I'm going to invest in this boat, because this is going to be my forever boat, my forever fishing boat. And it's like anything else. If I don't have my health, I can't enjoy the boat. If I don't have the boat, I can't enjoy anything else. So that's my crusade. I got 10 months before I go officially 100% full retirement. And I've already worked out a deal with some of my major contracts that I'll be able to keep them and drive on. So the bottom line is my health. The only way I can really fathom doing some of the hard work that I've done over the last 14 years is I've got to be healthy. So on that note, thank you all for being on my channel. Thank you all, especially you old timers. You all know what I'm talking about. You know where I'm going with this. So keep the faith. Love you all. You know what to do. Smash the bell for future notifications so you know I'm putting out another video. I always put some sort of explanation, description in my description comments about the video or the contents of the video. So you get a kind of an idea right up front. And also, please leave a comment yourself. Please hit the bell and also thumbs up on all the videos. It only helps the channel, and I appreciate you. Tom out of here. Y'all stay safe, and please take care of yourself.